Hello, everyone. I have some very exciting news to share with you all today. And it's something that I've been quite anxious to share, but also something that I've been quite excited to share and quite excited to work on as well. For a little while now, a few very close friends of mine whose opinions I value very highly have been suggesting that I start up a Patreon. And for the past few months I've been thinking about it, and I haven't really known what a Patreon would look like for me. One of my core values with this channel has always been that I haven't wanted to paywall my content. I've always wanted to make sure that if you enjoy what I make, you won't have to pay for it. You can watch it for free, or listen to it for free, more accurately. And you won't feel, obligated. There's no, if you like this character, go check him out here. Or if you want to find out what happens next, go visit this, or, pay me this much, or something like that. Which, to be clear, I know some creators do that, and I think that's perfectly fine. If that is how you want to conduct your business, that is perfectly fine, in my personal opinion. I simply didn't want to do that because, I make my content for myself, of course, but I also make it for you wonderful people who I know are part of a rather niche community, who I don't think, I don't think there's enough content being made of this sort, featuring giant people and tiny people and all of the facets in between and surrounding them. I don't really feel like it's, I won't say fair, but it doesn't feel good, in my opinion, to say, well, if you want to see more of it, you must pay me. So, with that in mind, I've been very mindful of that, and I've wanted to make sure that with my Patreon, it feels worthwhile. It feels like something that, you can say, yes, I feel comfortable paying this amount for what I'm receiving, but at the same time, you don't feel bad for not doing so. So, that is to say, I've figured it out. I have a Patreon available now. The link will be in the description of this video, as well as in my card page thing, the place that has all the links to all of my things. And yes, that is very exciting. I'm very excited to share with you all. So, I will briefly say, this video has some, past this point, this video is primarily going to be talking about what is on the Patreon, for those of you curious, but for those of you who know right now, there's no way you're going to pay me money. Whether you can't, you're just not interested, or so on and so forth. There is a little bit of more detail that may interest you as well, because it involves non-patrons as well. So, if you'd like to stick around, you're more than welcome to. If you don't, regardless of whether you have any intent of becoming a Patreon member ever, you're more than welcome to keep watching or click away as you please. That said, without further ado, here's what you can expect on my Patreon. So it is still a bit of a work in progress. I have things that I'm conducting, plans that I'm thinking, so on and so forth. But for now, I have one singular tier, which is a $5 tier, $5 a month. And what you can find on it is 3 rewards. The first one is a monthly entry into a little raffle I'll be doing. Basically, once a month, at the very beginning of the month, I will announce the winner of the raffle, and they will receive one 10-minute audio commission. And the way that I have it currently planned is I will announce the winner, and then the winner will have a week to let me know, hello, yes, I would like to, redeem that. And if not, I'll go to someone else. And then they can tell me what they would like. They'll have plenty of time to think on it. My thought is they'll have probably 1 week to respond at all, then 1 week to formulate an idea and send it to me. And then the next 2 weeks I'll spend making the audio itself and sending it back to them. So basically it'll go over the entire month, and that'll happen once a month. So that is the first reward. And then, as with all commissions that I create, eventually it'll go up on the channel, and you lovely people will all be able to see the finished product. So that is the first thing. Rather small reward, but it's there. The second reward you can find is I will be occasionally posting audios that will not be making it to YouTube. The usual reason for me not posting these audios is either I just wasn't satisfied with them, or I created a different audio that is similar enough that I don't think it's worthwhile posting them both. Like, for example, I might create an audio where the chill mage has taken you out for coffee, and then another audio where the chill mage takes you out to a restaurant. And they're functionally the exact same thing, and I don't see a reason to upload them both. Or I might have also recorded one, not liked the take, and then recorded the second one. So the audios that I wouldn't be posting to YouTube anyways, I will occasionally be posting up onto my Patreon. My thought is possibly doing them once a month, but simply put, I don't make unpublished audios that often, so they will probably be fairly rare, but I do have quite a few stockpiled right now, so at least in the very beginning you'll have quite a few to view, I imagine. But that's the second thing. And the third thing, which applies to non-patrons as well, I am going to be doing a Q&A audio out of character, so you'll be asking me questions specifically once every 2 months. So my plan is that the next Q&A would be done probably November, I think. And I'll be gathering questions September and October. That's my current thought. And basically, I might also move it so it's October, just the Q&A, and then I gather questions September. Point being, the way this is going to work is if you're not a patron you can ask me questions. I'll have a community post or something of that sort, and you can ask me a question and I'll answer one of your questions, or if you only have one question you asked, I'll answer that question. And if you are a patron, I'll give you a monthly form, so that way you don't have to be a patron on a specific month. You can be a patron any month, and you can submit your questions, as many as you'd like, and I will answer all of those questions. So, yeah. And for clarity, for anyone curious or concerned, I have no intention of changing the way that celebratory Q&As work. I know I did one for, I think it was 300 subscribers, and another one for 1,000 subscribers. I want to say was the numbers. I had this before I started recording, but now I am no longer sure those were the numbers. But point being, I did Q&As, both in and out of character, for those particular celebrations, and for special event Q&As like that, they will not be changed. You can ask as many questions as you want, do as many characters as you want for those. For this specifically, because it'll be more often, the idea is, firstly, you will be able to ask more questions more often, and thus, there's not as much of a, I feel like there's not going to be so much of a need to ask 10 questions at a time. Of course, if you're a patron, chances are you probably want to know as much information as possible, if you're supporting me monetarily on a monthly basis. But regardless, the other thing is, because they will be more common, Q&As take a long time to create, edit, record, write down all the answers for it, so on and so forth. So, by kind of limiting the amount of questions that I will be answering, I'm saving myself a bit of grief as well. But, of course, not to say that I don't want to answer questions. I do, which is why I'm doing this more often. But, given how often it will be, yeah. I feel like I'm digging myself into a bit of a hole here. But, yeah, that's the news overall, I suppose. In short, I have a Patreon now. You can get a chance to win a free commission. Technically not free, but free commission. Chance to ask me lots of questions on the new bi-monthly Q&As, and a chance to listen to audios that I do not publish to YouTube. I simply will not. I don't see a purpose in doing so. So yes, that is what you can find on my Patreon. If that interests you, you're welcome to check it out. If it does not interest you, you're not required to. And if you just want to, support me, the main purpose is sort of just to give people who want to support me a chance to do so at a smaller price tag than my normal commissions, which are available over on my Ko-Fi, which is also found on my card thing. And also let those people who want to support me get rewarded for it, because you deserve a little treat. So yes, that is what I have to say today. It's not said as eloquently as I would like, but I have recorded this audio unironically dozens of times, and at this point I think it sounds fine. I'm just not convinced it does, because I am announcing essentially a way for you to give me money. And I feel that it's always a bit strange trying to announce that there's now more ways for you to pay me to do stuff. So, yes, I hope that you're all well, though. Outside of the exciting new things going on, I feel like life's been a bit weird recently, honestly. So if you feel that way as well, my deepest sympathies go to you. But I hope that you're getting a chance to relax right now. If not, sleep, rest. Because rest doesn't necessarily mean sleep, you know. Rest could be listening to music, listening to ASMR, playing games that you enjoy and you're not stressed out by, drawing, painting, sculpting, making music or writing down anything really, writing poetry, writing books, stories, fan fictions, taking in things you enjoy, going on walks, just relaxing in your bed, not necessarily sleeping. And of course sleep is rest as well, but there are many things that constitute rest as well, that aren't just unconsciousness. So whether you're baking, cooking, making art, getting active, relaxing, turning your brain off, doing your most recent crossword or Sudoku, whatever is your way of relaxing, I hope that you're getting a chance to do it now. And if you would like to share, I would love to hear both, or either, how you're relaxing and how you're choosing to kind of let yourself rest, and or something that you've done recently that you feel proud of. It doesn't have to be big. You know, recently I made a phone call and I didn't want to make it. It was stressing me out quite a lot, but I made it anyways. And couldn't have lasted more than 5 minutes, but I still was proud of myself for doing it. So, whether you did something very big and you feel proud of it, did something very small and still feel proud of it, I would love to hear it. So, yes, if you would like, feel free to tell me either of those, or both of them. If you feel up to telling me both, I'd love to hear it. Of course, as I mentioned briefly prior, I do have other ideas, other plans going on, but for now, I don't think I'll be talking about them. I think that they need a bit more time to simmer, more time to marinate in my head. So, who knows, you might be hearing from me again very soon. I suppose you will be. You'll be hearing from me on a bi-monthly basis now. So, I hope you all look forward to the future with me. I hope you all have enjoyed listening to this. Again, I feel like it's not as put together as I was hoping, but hopefully you still enjoy it. I do think it's a bit characteristic of me to be charmingly chaotic. Hopefully it is still charming. But, yes. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will be seeing you on Friday. I figure that this is the kind of video that warrants a bonus video. I already have it prepared, so we'll be seeing you then. Alright everyone, have a wonderful day, wonderful night, wonderful morning, wonderful evening or afternoon. I hope that you have a wonderful week as well, and I hope that you know that you yourself are wonderful. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you all very, very soon. Goodbye, everyone.